And we're back live on Chicano Tube, Wednesday night, 7 p.m. We're going to go ahead and get the chat up right now, and let's run this one. Let's get this in. It's October. Here comes Dia de Muertos. Of course, that's something the raza automatically is down with, okay? Just so you know. Live from Chicano headquarters. Everyone that's listening in live, or whether you're listening on the replay, whether you got me in some earbuds, hey, it's all to the good. Shout out to everyone in Salinas. Shout out to everyone, SoCal, NorCal, everyone that checks in. Arizona, Texas has checked in. Florida, Utah's checked in. The West Coast, Washington, Oregon has checked in. Shout out to all of you guys listening. I highly appreciate it. Let's go ahead and get to the formalities. That way we can go ahead and just get to it, ¿verdad? But let me get that chat up. You already know. Let's get that chat up, okay? We got to get that chat up. Gracias to everyone that's tuning in right now live on YouTube Landia. Live from Chicano headquarters. Let's go ahead and get this one in. It's Wednesday. Dia de Muertos is coming up, so for sure that's going to be going down. And I got a special announcement also as well. I'm going to go ahead and be doing a Dia de Muertos live. I think it's going to land this year on a Thursday, gente. I think it's going to land on a Thursday. So let's go ahead and just run that live up right there. And I got a special guest who's coming on the platform. All right, I'm going to get the live. Hold on. Let me see if I can. ¿No? ¿Qué está pasando? Top chat. No, live chat. Is that it? And so we're going to have a special guest. We're going to have Miss Chicano Tube on the Dia de Muertos live. Just, another element. Here comes the female element over to it. Different perspective. Ya entendemos todo eso claramente. I'm excited about that. That's just right around the corner. That's November 4th. November 2nd or November 4th? November 2nd, and I think it lands on a pinchy Thursday. So shout out to Miss Chicano Tube. Of course, she's the executive producer. Not just the love of my life, but executive producer. There you go, ¿verdad? Pinchy Mikey getting all mushy. I'm a one-woman man. ¿Qué piensas? All right, let me get the chat up. Boom. Now I can see it. All right. We'll put it up on this side, right over here. We'll put it up right here. That's right. Miss Chicano Tube's in the building. That's right. Big Puppets in the casa. I appreciate you. The official Big Joe show is checking in at Chicano headquarters. That's right, my brother. That's right, Big Joe. Big Joe was the one that invited me over to Chicano Hollywood. And la neta, Big Joe, you could ask mi esposa this. I told her that I absolutely regretted not going. You called me up. Oh, let me go. You called me up and said it was that networking event, and I wish I would have went. I really wish I would have went. You know what I mean? But Big Joe shows in the casa. So my brother just texted me right now. Órale. Angel Chavez, Salinas. Do I know him? Yeah, cabron. Are you listening on my live or are you just texting me? If you didn't know, another YouTube channel that I 100% am behind is called, it's my brother Mark Salinas from Salinas, okay? And what is it called? It's called Putazos y Pendejadas. Something like that, okay? Putazos and Pendejadas. What you didn't know is that my brother has credentials to go inside these events. He can go inside these boxing events, and he sent me pictures. I'll just scroll up. Scroll up right here. With the fighters that was on the Baby Vargas fight. He had the credentials to the last top-ranked fight, the Baby Vargas fight. So shout out to you, cabron, Mark. Shout out to you. That's right. Babe's in the casa. Just subscribed. I appreciate you, babe. Yeah, we're here. We have a grown man conversation. That's really what we do. We talk about issues. We talk about a lot of things. Let's just keep it real, okay? Sometimes we get into the cheese, man. Sometimes I have to respond, okay? They're putting my name out there and whoop-de-whoop and wop-de-wop. And sometimes that's good. There's a demographic for everyone. I got a solid base right here, man. I appreciate you guys. We're going all the way up to make our voices be heard to where we get a seat at the table. And when I mean we, I mean us. Right here on Chicano Street. Orale. That's right. 916 Mids is in the casa. He says, Sacra, California, 916 Cali, the capital. I was there. Me and the honey was there. I think we went 2 times. Wait, you know what we actually went for? We went to those open California rallies. Did you ever hear about those open California rallies? Yes. The first time they did that little song and dance on us, which, let's just keep it real, gente. All the information's out there now. If you don't want to see it, it's because you want to be blindfolded. What happened in 2020 really was a test to see how much the people would obey. That's what it was. It was a test. No, I'm not saying the flu's not real. I'm not saying people didn't get sick. I'm not saying people didn't get died. No, I'm not saying none of that. But ultimately, if they ran it once, they could run it twice. We went over to the Capitol because we had known people that were going on unemployment, losing their businesses, losing their homes, splitting up families, splitting up marriages, and we went 2 times over there to Sacra. So shout out to 916 Mids. He likes the mids. I think I like the tweets more. Wait, I like the tweets. You know what I mean? The highs. A lot of people like the bass. I mean, the bass just thumps, man. But 916 Mids, that's right. The Unforgiven. Mikey, have you ever met Chicano Stilo TV? I haven't. And you know what, Way? It's probably my fault. This phone blocking me. All right. Over here's better. Chicano, it's probably my fault, Way. I get so caught up with, well, 1, work. 2, is just trying to balance out the whole thing with the familia. You know what I mean? It's a balance, Way. I believe in that. You got to have that balance. You know what I mean? But I believe I don't need to split up myself 25, 25, 25, 25. I can give 100% into everything as long as I just me cuido, way. I say I'm big on exercise. Guys, I exercise twice a week. I've only been lifting weights. I haven't been boxing. And my diet has been spot on since the pinche New Year. I went to Mex 2 times around the holidays, and then when I came back, I started pinche dieting. Vitamins. The main vitamin I take is D3. Because vitamin D3, if you didn't know, gente, we're getting in the pinche health talk right now. Vitamin D3, especially for the men, but even for the ladies, vitamin D3 is what supplies oxygen over to your cuerpo, over to your bloodstream. And the number one element to produce more, this is for the men, the number one element to produce more testosterone, because the man, we need testosterone. That's that strength. That's that grown man strength. We need that on top of all the other benefits that it has. I'm not saying it's only a male thing, because really it's driven on strength, testosterone and strength. So strength is obviously even something the ladies need, right? And so D3, oxygen, which creates more testosterone for the men, is a must. Number one supplement. If I can only take one, even though I take a multi every day, you got to take that D3, gente. You got to take that D3. All right, I don't even know how I got into that. That's right. Unforgiven says Cardo Mac. Okay, Cardo Mac is his name. No, but you know, I got an IG, so just go ahead and shoot it over, way. Shoot it over. You know what I mean? Shoot over that conecta. Conectanos, cabrón. That's right. Gnarly Vatos in the casa. What's up, homie? It was a hot one today, huh? Hot to us for sure here is 90s. I know other people say 90s. Oh, la chulada, está fresco. To us, 90s is, whew, cabrón, we're already just, we're melting over here. But what's up with you, cabrón? What's up with you, Gnarly Vato? If you want to call in, go ahead and call in. I'm trying to get through everything. About an hour. I got a lot to talk about. A lot. I haven't even started. Shit, I think I'm still in the formalities. All the day oneers, all the members only. I like to mention the members only. They deserve that because they're really the backbone of the community. Members only has all access to anything, anytime there's ever any question. Behind the scenes perks as well. They know what's something that's gonna happen at the end of this month. They're gonna have a special perk for. The members only does that. And what else is it? It's the gritty, the grimy, and those guerra stories, those war stories that. See, the thing is crazy. It seems like it's only in California. it seems like it's only in California by you having like this kind of street past, or you grew up on the streets, or this or that, or you used to be a tough guy, right? You thought you were Tony Montana or whatever. And only in California is that like something that you stick your chest out about and something to be proud of. When in other states, that's actually the quite opposite. So that's what I'm doing with it. I know I'm in California. I know those things will run numbers, but I'm not in here for the numbers. I'm in here for the people. I'm in here for where we're going with our voice, because 2024 is coming around the corner. We're waking as many people up as possible before we get to 2024. And I believe you're going to see a great unity of the gente, all breaking down walls, getting together. That way we can accomplish the common things here in Califas. First off, in our backyard. That's right. The official Big Joe show says next year, Mikey, you will attend Chicano Hollywood event VIP. That's right, my brother. That's right. Well, count me in, and also count in the wifey. You know, you can count us in as well. And you already know how it is. You already know how I am. You know what I mean? With me, you get 100% Mikey. Professionalism, that's for sure. When it comes to networking, that's fine. You know what I mean? And trust me, these little YouTube fires that get lit, these little YouTube fires that get lit, that doesn't pertain to real life. You ain't going to see me trying to blow up a spot, front off Joe, who invited me over to some event, and all of a sudden, I'm so hot-headed, I'm so hot-tempered, I couldn't hold myself back. It was just... You won't pull up to a boxing gym, though. I already put it out there. You ain't pulling up to no boxing gym, but only if it's for the positive. Have the charities win. Give them 10 racks. I put that out there. 10 racks for the charities. The charities win, only contingent on one thing, is that after there's respect. There doesn't have to be anything else. There doesn't have to be anything but respect. That way, going forward. And we work toward the common goal. Anyways, so yeah, that Dia de Muertos live, you guys, it's going to be on Thursday. It's going to be, I think it's November 2nd. And for the first time, you're going to see Miss Chicano Tube on the camera. And it's going to be interesting, right? At least it's something different. I'm always trying to switch it up, something different. Even my wife knows, my whole life, it's never been, I don't want to be repetitive. Or spots that we go to, things that we do. Hey, what? Oh, yeah, that's different. My wife always hears me say that. Oh, yeah, that's different. Let's do that. Yeah, that's different. Fucking zip lining down Brazil or whatever. That's different. So the Dia de Muertos live, be on the lookout for that. That's right. Can't Stop Villa's in the casa, wrenched up, pedazoed up, ready to roll, and just mop them off the tira. Mikey, saludos. I think I'm going to run with that Cali Mac. No one ever said, orale. Oh, that's right. That's right, man. Hey, you know what? And do what you do. And everything you do it with the chest stuck out. Life is too short. Live your life. Voice your voice. Voice your voice as long as you can voice your voice. I ride with him. Or whatever it is. You do you, especially here on YouTube. Who's going to tell another man or woman what to do? You know what I mean? You ride with it. That's right. Gobbler says, Mikey, do you get a lot of... stop already, pinche Gobbler. Pues mira la cara que tengo. Mira la cara que tengo. Can't Stop Villa, mid-90s here in Modesto. Ooh, that's like us. Man, it's a hot one. What's up? That fool runner blaming for deleting his first channel. Is that right? Is that what happened? I don't know. I unfollowed that dude. But you know what? I got words for that puto. Okay? When he does decide to get the balls to go live again, hey, all you've been doing is telling lies and making shit up from the beginning. That's all he's been doing. It's crazy. That cat right there, the runner. Okay, a lot of people don't even know what I'm talking about, right? I messaged OG, Triple OG. I was like, hey, carnal. Well, it was a couple months ago, right? I took that video down. I didn't even want that puto. After I did that car show, and one of the homies told me, hey, that puto, his thumbnail on his face on a thumbnail is not even worthy of the channel. I said, you're right, carnal. Anyways, I messaged OG and I said, hey, that thumbnail, is it okay if I, use, did I use the whole thing or a portion of it? Is it okay if I get at that thumbnail? And OG, Triple OG. Man, shout out to OG, Triple OG. He said, green light. All the way, use it. All I want to know is, go ahead. Why don't you make a video and lie to the people? You just been lying, so now lie to the people on how you didn't burn me for 10 G's. Explain that. Explain how you didn't, bro. I'm going to change the topic, man. This dude's not even worth hot air. That's right. Jerry Stinky Beanie, I see you. That's a Firme Placazo Chicano Tube. Oh, you're talking about, yeah. But again, Si Se Puede had just commented right before I went on the live, and I said, bro, if it was up to me, I would just rub the body with ink. I'm not being funny. It's just I'm at a point in my life. I'm not saying I'm old. I believe your prime is a mental thing. I believe when you hit your prime, it's really up in your head. It's how you think. I haven't even hit my prime yet. But unfortunately, yes, I'll put it out there because here my life is an open book. So years and years ago, I just started covering my body, right? Covering. And maybe at that point, I felt like a badass. I was the man, chingon, or something like that. And then here I am with children, family, mortgages, other things. And I'm like, you know what? At this point right now, it's just about blacking it out. I'm just going to be blacking out. And that's it. To each his own. You know what I mean? Nowadays is way more acceptable. You know what I mean? Back in the day, you seen someone all blasted up and inked up. Boom, they judge a book by the cover. But I mean, one of the things that all these, these discrimination, let's just call them what they are, these discrimination cases did was bring out the pendejos that still have that kind of thinking. Like, oh, because this dude's blasted up, he must have a low IQ. I think you got it twisted. That's right. Jerry Stinky Beanie. Can't Stop Via's in the casa. That's right. Kicking it with Bean Loke is in the casa. That's my hermano, my brother. I hooked up with Bean Loke. I hooked up with Sencal. Man, shout out to Sencal. That's one of my day oneers. Shout out to Sencal, man. Right after I had a little jale in Baker's. I was in Baker's the other day. I was Baker's on Saturday. I'm glad there was no heat wave. I think I just missed the heat wave. Sencal pulled up, boom, we chopped it up a little bit, took the flica, and I mentioned you. I said, when I come over here, man, I said, did you see me on Pastor David Rocha's channel? He goes, yeah, I did. I said, well, also, when I come over here, I like to hit up Bean Loke. And he's like, oh, yeah, that's right. I said, yeah, that's right, man. I don't think he was sub to the channel, but I told him, trust me, if I put my name behind it, that's an individual. That's solid. What I mean solid is he's a family man. He's a businessman. He's thinking of how his kids could eat off his cheddar, his grandkids, doing those right moves. And me and Sencal 86 were just talking about that the whole time. It was like a little 15-minute thing. Business moves, family moves, other things, right? Shout out to Sencal 86. That's my boy too. That's right. Miss Chicano Tube says, hello, Bean Loke. That's right. You're going to see Miss Chicano Tube Thursday, November 2nd. I think it's the last day of Dia de Muertos. We're going to have the altar set up. It's going to be a trip. It's going to be looking like Coco. You remember? I just deleted those videos. I should give credit to my wife. We've gone all out on the altars for Dia de Muertos lives. You know what I mean? We're just getting started. That's all we're doing. We're just getting started. That's right. Soundhole Lifers in here with the wrench, ready to throw them off the tira. That's right, my boy. I appreciate you. I tapped in with Machete earlier today, man. Shout out to Machete. He's on IG, Chicano Biker. He goes, that's me, right? I'm like, come on, wait. I don't know that's you. Chicano Biker on IG. And I think he's from Soundhole. But I could be mistaken. Lovely Anna, that's right. Hello, all first-timer here. I appreciate you, lovely Anna. Let's get to the conversation because let's keep it going. You know what I mean? I kind of still on the intro, but I don't know. But the Dia de Muertos live is happening. A lot of people are looking forward to football. Yes, Sunday. The men don't like to get off the couch, and how do we play it off? The men? Well, we go get food, right? We go play it off by going to buy food, and we figure we just cook a feast for the family. and we're clear to watch our favorite football game. I got the NFL Sunday ticket, $400, and I think we're on week 4, and I've watched it a total of maybe 1 or 2 games. I know, it's just, I like to get out and about. Hey, I'm here today, and I'm gone tomorrow. I don't believe that. I know what's promised to me of God, but I just don't know. So when I say in the end, at the end of all these lives, in the end, all you got is the memories, it's not a cliche. It's really to let you know that's all you're going to have is the highlight reel when we check out this world. So make some memories. I know it's football season. I'm not knocking it, but Dallas, right now, San Francisco's the favorite. We just barely got a kick-out defensive end. And what I mean by kick-out was, trust me, if he was a starter or an all-pro, he would have already been signed and locked into a contract. So when people are trading around, a lot of them are kickouts. I'm not talking about the free agents, but there ain't no more hot free agents. There ain't no more 7, 8-figure free agents. Those free agents are already locked in. Don't forget to hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit the bell. And when you hit the bell, do your boy the favor, hit all. Live on Chicano Tube right here on Chicano Street. That's where headquarters is at. Google that. Chicano Street. SAS. JC36. So you're trying to take off. I'm not trying to take off. If I'm trying to take off, I mean, obviously I'd be fucking peeling my skin. Take off. You mean I'm on like a cover-up session number 6. I've already done 6. You know, it is what it is. You know, maybe you don't know. You know, I have a lot of endeavors in life, and I rub my elbows with a lot of people, and I'm the one that feels uncomfortable because motherfuckers start staring at your arm like this. And again, I'm not proud, but I put it out there because I think it can help someone. You know, on this forearm, I had in letters, murderer. On this forearm, I had in letters, robber. And I'm not proud of that, but I believe that's why my testament can help the youngsters, because I go to the juvenile hall once a month. I go to a camp once a month, and that gives me the prime opportunity to talk over to the youngsters. I know they're going to be tripping. Really, I only ever wore long sleeves. The reason I do that is 1, professionalism. 2, you know, use your head. You know what I mean? You are not trying to, or you let your body be the antagonistic part of a confrontation. It's your body. So yes, I'm doing this. I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna do the chest too. I wish I could just wipe it. I got to keep it real. The guns that they have nowadays are a trip. They got the removable heads, 20 needles, 30 needles, just going to town. I will say they tickle. I guess that's all I'll say. Going to town. And to each his own. I'm not knocking anyone. When I was a teenager, ain't no one was really getting any kind of graphic design shit. Now you see dudes all blasted. My mom, rest in peace. My mother had breast cancer. That's a crazy. I didn't even know she had it until I dropped in on a doctor's visit. That's a crazy story. My mom was just like that. One of those kind of persons that was just gonna take it, and that's it, and not voice anything. But anyways, her surgeon was way more sleeve than me. That dude had sleeves going up his whatever. But again, that was more graphic design stuff. He had koi fish wrapped around, nice pinche, looked like the Sistine Chapel, painted all over his body, a la chingada. So I unfortunately didn't do that. And it's a message to the youngsters. Once you get that ink, long term. But then you could do what I'm doing. So cover-up session number 6. We're going to start the chest. The chest at least is going to be 3 sessions. Stay tuned. I'll go ahead and post those little lives with Bonkers Inc. Once we get to the chest. Alvarez fought Charlo. Some people DM me, what did I think, my opinion. It was a crappy fight. It was a shitty fight. Charlo on his back. Why do these people call out Canelo Alvarez, and then when it's time to put the rubber to the road, la manos en la masa, it looks like they get broke down like a shotgun? It looks like they get broke down like a shotgun, and Canelo's just doing what he wants. Because I think, of course, it's a mixture. It's a combination of skills, mentality. Mental's more important than skills, to be honest with you. Mentality when it comes to boxing is about 80% mentality and 20% skills when it comes to boxing. And maybe even in fighting. If I didn't learn to box, then probably if I was like street fighting, then it's based on those skills. So, that's all over the place. Street fighting, they throw rainbow punches and people just don't know how to fight. Or they don't even know about plans and strategies and they get baited in and suckered. And next thing you know, they get dropped. But boxing is a whole lot more technical. It's a whole lot more mental. So it's already won before I even get in the ring. Basically, I'm doing what I want to do inside that squared circle. The fight is mine. It's mine to control and my pace. That comes with 10 years of amateur boxing. That's what I did. But anyways, Alvarez and Charlo, shit, man. A lot of people were just throwing Charlo under the bus. What you did, this and that, and this and that. His own people. And what I mean his own people is boxing. Boxing aficionados, boxing commentators, boxing analysts. Everyone in the boxing world was saying all Charlo did was backstep and collect a check. I'm going to say that again. That sounded cool. Backstep and collect a check. So Canelo Alvarez is on top. He's still 168 pounds. There's still some interesting fights I like to see. The first one is... I'm kind of torn. I know I like to see a Mexican war. Who doesn't like to see a Mexican war where it's just two? I like to see Benavidez. On the other hand, Terrence Bud Crawford from Omaha, Nebraska, I think cemented himself now as the upper echelon, the man to beat as well. Same pedal. I think he's right there along Alvarez. Again, the raza's like, ¿qué estás diciendo, güey? El Alvarez esto. Yo sé lo que estoy diciendo, güey. Yo conozco el deporte, güey. Yo sé lo que estoy diciendo, güey. There it is. That's right, Gas Mac. Yup, it's not about the event. It's about the memory. Yeah, exactly, man. Hey, keep that up right there, carnal. Spread that fucking message right there. You know where I got that from? I'm going to let you know right now where I got that from. In the end, all you got are the memories. It was John Gotti Jr. He did a 3-part interview. I think it was 60 minutes. They put it on YouTube. And he was telling a story about one night at a nightclub. They're there with their wives, him, and then his dad. And then the dance floor. It's kind of like the movie Carlito's Way. Remember? Carlito's Way? Remember they're dancing? The girl kept dancing. The fiance kept dancing and dancing. She just had the energy to dance. Right? Carlito, he was cool. He was like, I'm tired, man. He was just chilling on the chair. Carlito was done dancing. But that don't mean he's not going to scope out the scene. He's going to keep scoping out the scene, right? And so John Gotti Sr., which is John Gotti, let's just keep it real, the original, the Don, right? Teflon, Dapper, whatever you want to call it, the Don, right? He was the Don. His biggest downfall was he put it out there on Front Street. Kind of like Keefe D. Orale. But anyways, John Sr. leaned over to John Jr., and he told John Gotti Jr., he goes, hey, his wife was over there dancing. He goes, hey, why don't you go dance? And John Gotti Jr., like a tough guy right here. This is a type and shadow of all of us at one point. Well, not all of us, but some of us, mostly the men at one point when we thought we were tough. When we thought we were somebody and we're tough and no one has our number and we're unstoppable. But whatever, we're just thinking as men, right? What did John Gotti Jr. tell John Gotti Sr.? He goes, I'm not going over there. He blew it off, but he told it in that 60-minute interview. The reason he did that, he thought Pops was testing him. He thought his dad was testing him, John Gotti Sr., John Gotti. And then John Gotti Sr. told him a second time, hey, go dance with your wife. I'm not going over there. I'm not doing that. Why? Because he's trying to please Pops. He's thinking this is a test from Pops, or at least Pops wants me to act this way. He wants me to be like, I'm not getting over there and showing some kind of maybe softness maybe in his head, maybe weakness, maybe softness, maybe weakness. And so he didn't. And he didn't. And the third time he told him and he said no, John Gotti Sr. leaned over there. He said, "Hey, I want to tell you something. In the end, all you have is the memories. So why don't you make as many as possible?" Sas, that's the story behind the catchphrase at the end of every video. In the end, all you got is the memories. Kevlar, murder and robbery, why the fuck did you have that? I asked myself that. You know, when partners were getting twin Glocks, 211. I mean, I don't know. It was a different. In the 90s was a different. This was around the time Menace to Society came out. Oh, you know what? There is an answer to that. It was a CD. It was and I don't know. Google it. This CD was very influential with those two words, as well as real life shit. It was Project Pat. It was Project Pat, the Underground album. So you can Google Project Pat, the Underground album, and that had a lot to do with it. But this week is it marks the burial of Esos Dichos. It's done. It's a wrap. I guess sometimes, you know, when you physically do it, it brings more. You know, it brings more to it. I want to go and talk with them too, Mikey. Let me have a shot. Gnarly Vato. Oh, you're talking about the youngsters. Yeah. It's a huge responsibility. You know what I mean? Because you can't be on the fence. I won't let someone go in there on the fence. They got to be 100%. You know what I mean? A real OG. What's a real OG? Someone that's leading the youngsters in the right direction, undoing any kind of harm, because that harm could come knocking on your door. It could come to one of your family and one of your relatives. That's real shit. That's real shit. That's not no tough guy shit. That's not no net banging. You know, the net bangers, I want to act tough to us and this and that and this and that. Because I come from the generation or the class where we just don't talk. It is what it is. That's right. Tattoos ain't permanent anymore. There's laser removal. Yeah, there's laser, I'm sure. I actually heard of a water solution as well. But wait, that costs chips. Wait. That costs chips. Wait, you're going to have to pull out a home equity line of credit, you know. So there's different things, but you know what I said? I said they're very acceptable nowadays. I said I'm blacking shit out. I'm blacking it out. I was able to at least put the logo here. It's not done, you guys. We're going to add the gold to it. That'll be on the next session. But it's funny because every time you do a piece and a piece and a piece, you have to heal up. I never thought I'd be in my 40s healing up, man. But as soon as I get to the chest, I kind of will feel like, okay, what's done is done. And boom, you know, now I could get ready for summer of 2024. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, you feel a little bit uncomfortable, man. I was out there like, you know, imagine you're out there, you know, me and the wife and with other friends and their wives, and we're on a boat and stuff like that, and everyone got the shirt off, or everyone's just doing the thing. And why I don't is because it leads to a conversation. It leads to something. Don't get it twisted. Anyone that sticks their chest out about anything that had to do with the kind of evil that all that came with, all that did was a lot of wasted years and a lot of hurt people. A lot of hurt people. If you don't hear people talking about that, fuck them. You need to elevate. You need to elevate up. Move on in life. Screw what they think about you. Make your own moves. If they ain't on your team, let them fall off the wayside. It's better you pull their covers right now, but you need to elevate is the same thing I tell the youngsters. Elevate, moving up. It's not that same mentality you had 20, 30, 40 years ago, or else you just stuck there. 20, 30 years ago, it stuck there. And so I guess it takes someone that was really, you know what I mean, in the hood. Because if you were really in the hood, you wouldn't want to be in the hood. You'd want to make it out the hood. It seems like now they're making money. They used to make money to take themselves, their moms, the wife, the family out of the hood. And now it seems ass backward. They're trying to make money. I guess I don't know if I'm talking about to who I'm talking about, but si cae el chaquetón, cae el chaquetón. A lot of people are trying to make money or become someone and then join the hood. I don't know how that works now. I really don't. I'm glad I don't. Someone sent me a clip though on IG. It was AC. Again, I got nothing personal about that individual, but I'm going to talk about whatever I want to talk about, right? He sent me a clip. He said, AC said, on my dead homies. These are his words. These are his words, not mine. He said, on my dead homies, what Sonny said happened didn't happen. I got the clip. It's right there. He said, and I'm like, I'm glad this guy works for the Neighborhood Watch. I'm glad this guy is not a city councilman. What the fucking opposite of a leader is someone that kind of eggs this kind of shit on the internet. You'll have people against you on the internet. You'll have people that hate on you. You'll have people that don't want to sit with you at the table. I get that. But what's interesting now is I want to know what part of his story is untrue. Tell me that. I'm not concerned with on my dead homies or all that, or when back in the 90s they used to say he blew it up. He blew it up. Or actually what happened was someone would turn around and say, hey, you know what, he just blew it up, so I'm going to rush him. That's what happened. That's what would happen, literally. Someone would just turn around and say, you know what, he blew it up, and I'm going to rush him. And then obviously everyone knows. So I'm not talking about that. That's 30-year-old mentality. So I'm not going backward. So I'm not talking about that. So that element is out of it. But I just want to know what part of the story. That's a brazen statement. That's a pretty bold and brazen statement. Bold. Because it was that statement came because someone called the show and asked the same question. What part of it is not true? Because a lot of people know him for telling the truth. They know that he has a reputation for telling the truth. So let's be specific then. What part of it is untrue? Can that get put out there? Maybe not. That's right, Gas Master. Are you going to get the whole sleeve or just, oh, man, I'm wiping the whole thing, man. I'm trying to wipe the whole thing. I don't really care how it looks. It's funny that she's like, oh, man, you don't even ask. She told me like this, the artist. Shout out to Bonkers Inc. She told me, you don't even ask for numbing cream. And I'm like, numbing cream? What's that? I guess there's something called numbing cream. I don't know. But I'll tell you guys this right here. On YouTube Landia is I've been through a lot worse shit in life than a bunch of needles going to town on you. So I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just saying there's different levels of pain, right? I think I've been through worser. And who knows that? The members only. So shout out to the members only. The members only are the gritty, the grimy, the stories that would get all the numbers probably on mainstream YouTube, but chale tamale. You know, we just don't fly that way. Drink one, Mikey. I want to, cabrón. It's hot, bro. We got the 93 today. Wait, I'm just trying to stay hydrated with agua. All right, real quick. Did you see the latest report said new unemployment report shows almost 8% unemployment across the country. Almost 8%. They're not talking about it on TV at all, period. That means right now, currently, there's more job seekers than there is jobs. All of this is just the ripple effect, the economy and everything, of who's in charge of making the ball move. Almost 8% unemployment? They ain't talking about this. Coming up on 2024, they'll adjust the numbers on purpose. They'll make gas prices go lower. I still anticipate another rerun of 2020. I hope it doesn't happen. But that was really just a big test to see how much the sheep will obey. Now, I'm not trying to disrespect anyone, but you know what I mean. It seems like nowadays you can tell who watches TV by just seeing them with fucking 5 body armors, 6 masks, 7 face shields, 8 pairs of gloves. The people are tired. The people are willing to keep uniting with their families, to keep going to work every day, to keep providing sustenance on their tables if you just give them the opportunity, give them the choice, give them the freedom. Are we not free here or not? That reminded me of another IG post I seen from Denise Aguilar. If you don't know who Denise Aguilar, go follow her. Denise, I think her IG handle is Denise at Freedom Angels. Denise at Freedom Angels. And she posted something interesting. She likes to, bring up conversations that are great conversations. And she posted something that she said, should hate speech. Trip out on this. This is going to make you think. And if you want, now I'm going to hook up the phone. Now, if you want to call in, let's get it cracking. Here's something. Should hate speech be protected under free speech? I'm going to say that again. Should hate speech be protected under free speech? That brings me to think. Wait a second. In a country that's free, 100% free, we're not allowed to say anything we want? Makes you think, right? Not only that, but it makes you think, who sets the standard for what is hate speech? Who sets that standard? Because we can go down a rabbit hole on anything that people set standards and rules to. Which one is the right one? Which one is the wrong one? It's the same thing with religion. It's the same thing with religion, right? They said, no, to get to heaven, it's this set of standards. If you believe there's a heaven. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't. Here we do. Or it's the same thing. Who sets that standard on what is hate speech? So, does freedom really mean freedom at that point? Well, they're talking about this, they're talking about that. Okay, well, I understand. And obviously, there's basic laws to know when someone is verbally assaulting someone. There's basic laws, okay, that just know that. Why? It's common sense. Just like if a person got attacked or didn't get attacked. There was a scuffle, there was an attack or something. That's common sense. But if I can't say no to you because, say, you belong to a particular group, and I say no to you that I won't do this and I won't do that, you're calling that hate speech. It's interesting. That's right. The official Big Joe show is 100% facts. Going back to that, they sent me the clip, and they said, on my dead homies. That didn't happen. I don't know. I'm not even trying to stir anything up neither. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I agree with over 90% of the things that Pendejo says, to be honest. And we don't got to get along to achieve common goals. That means if unity is the goal, we could achieve unity. Oh, yeah, of course we could achieve unity, but of course not with no hothead that's just going to jump off and bump off, and that's net banging stuff, and just, bump off his gums and all that stuff. I said we could just give it to charity. I said we could give 10 G's to charity. I told Sonny, I said, hey, I should have said 100 G's. He's like, he ain't got that kind of money. Pinchy Sonny. Oh, man, Pinchy Sonny. Shout out to Sonny. Shout out to Streets Ain't Loyal. They're going to screenshot that, and then I'm going to have to respond to that too as well. Where did I leave off? Unemployment was 8%. Remember when people were talking about, remember when they were talking about, hey, for anyone that gets unemployment, we should make it a requirement. to drug test. Remember that? Remember they're talking about that unemployment, to get unemployment checks. What does the people think? Do the people think that we should run those kind of exams and tests, be a little bit more of a stringent system instead of just cutting checks to anyone? And all of a sudden, anyone that's on unemployment starts getting drug test letters that you got to show up to your local Quest diagnostic lab. And in the letter, they don't tell you what they're going to do. You ain't going to be like Hunter Biden. The way he played it. They filed against him for firearm charges. I don't know the whole story. I really don't. I know he's coked the hell out. I think he's a basehead, to keep it real. I think he's a meth and basehead. I call him 8-ball Biden. But don't be like him and shave off your hair when you think there's going to be a hair follicle test, drug test being ran. Anyways, that's digressing. But what do the people think about that? Hey, you want to sign up for public assistance? Well, the first thing we're going to do is a drug test. Is that wrong? Is that right? Or does that just automatically is going to disqualify a lot of people that we're down with and you don't even want to get in the middle of it or voice it? I don't know. The people could let me know. There's the phone number right there. 831-205-1735. Machete's in the casa. In and out, carnal. Saludos. 5-star general. I appreciate you, Machete. We had a great conversation today. Just catching up on things, but it's real life. Real life things. Man, I appreciate you, Machete. It's one of my day wonders right there. JC361 says, this country isn't free no more. You want to talk about it? Give me a call, way. If you want to talk about it, what's not free in here? Because I had Wade Word's son in here a while ago. Don't watch that video, you guys. His full interview, about 5, 6, 8 videos back. It's going to trigger a lot of people that don't know that these curriculums and history that has been written and provided has been selectively chosen to highlight what they want you to learn, believe, memorize. He told a different history, Wayward Son, and it was a history that was leaning more toward the indigenous lineage. Because of course I know. Of course I know I'm indigenous. And he enlightened me so much that he was right. I mean, I don't know where he was wrong at. He was right. I commented on one of his videos today, and he had said it's a movement. And I'm right, it's a movement. And you can call it an enlightening movement. We're just putting out there what's facts. What's being suppressed nowadays. What's not being talked about. That's all we're putting out there. Nothing else. If not, contest it. Let me know what part is not right. This is an open channel. This is Chicano Tube. Okay, here we're going to test the cat. Here we're going to fact check. Here we're going to find out. And if anyone has the voice of anything, then I want it to be known and heard clearly. Whether you disagree with me or you agree with me, the conversation's open. There's no conversation that we avoid here. Not one. Not on Chicano Tube, I'll tell you that. Yeah, it's getting less every year, JC. Okay, I see you, my boy. But, you know, we're here. I still think about it like this, my boy. My parents wanted a greater life for me and my sister. It was just us. And what they had to do was come over here to the U.S. In Mexico, they'd be like, vete al norte. And that's what they did, no matter what they had to do. Yeah, I know immigration, I know it's always a sensitive topic, or maybe to some, to be honest, don't give a shit. And some people are in the middle, and some people, they can care less about it. Why they're making a big thing about immigration is because almost 300,000 unidentified people, let's just say that. You don't know who they are. I don't know who they are. I don't know if they're honest citizens in the countries that they model upstanding citizens, billboard poster boy citizens in the country they came from, or they're the wackos, the ones that, like the pinchy sniper that shot a lady on the fucking pier in San Francisco, or the one that pulled over and got the girl that was running alongside a cornfield in Indiana, and they just found her dismembered or in pieces. I don't know what it is, but I do know that it's getting politicized when it's a humane issue. Why can't they come up with a system and delegate enough resources to get this process expedited if the person meets family meets criteria, and hurry up and complete the process in a certain time frame? Why can't they do that? It's not rocket science. All you got is an NCIC, a background check, any kind of information you can corroborate or verify, and then make a decision and keep it pushing. Why can't we come up? Because it's a weapon. Because every 4 years, someone's going to say, I'm going to fix this problem. And they never do. But all of a sudden, it came over the news was it this week? I think it was this week or last week or it was this week, that the current administration has changed its course. The current administration has changed its course, and all of a sudden, it's saying, you know what? We're going to build 20 miles of the wall that they were 100% opposed to. 100% way. It's not 99. It's 100. They were opposed to. They ran on it. Just so you can see people's characters. No one's perfect. There's crooked. Don't think this is gang banging neither. This ain't red and blue when it comes to politics. I don't got Republican or Democrat blasted on my chest. Just know I grew up in the hood. I grew up in the barrio. I grew up with roaches. I grew up on food stamps. That's what I did. And so when I didn't grow up, I didn't go to college, I didn't get indoctrinated at rallies. It wasn't a brochure or a candidate, nothing like that started me from speaking my heart and telling the truth. It seems like common sense has gone way out the window where you see a president whose pinche hijo is hitting 8 balls. He's in the White House. He's throwing bindles. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. And you think I'm a pendejo? I don't see that? The people know. The emails that got leaked. The big guy wants to know when you're going to do that. Get his money. The big guy. But what happens when you have the Justice Department in your sleeve? What happens when you have all these agencies as weapons in your pockets? You tell me. You don't believe it? I question absolutely everything. Someone asked one time, do you believe in flat earth? I said, I know this. I don't rule the possibility of anything out because I know, just like in the school curriculums, history, and all these other things, they were man-made, man-fabricated. O sea, someone made it to where, this is what I want them. This is what we want them to believe. If they can control what they want you to learn in school, they can control everything else. They're the ones that talk. Again, I don't know. I just don't know. I'm looking into it. Let's just say that about the flat earth. But if I understand that principle, that wait a second, it doesn't sound right. They were cutting parts of history out, and there just seemed like there was. How could I rule out that we're living in some kind of dome, or it's some kind of just fucking projector of lights or something? I don't know. I'm always gonna tell you only things I know firsthand. Everything else is a conversation. I don't know that. They said we're spinning like 1,000 or 26,000 miles or 10,000 miles an hour. I don't know if that's true. They're saying, why do they restrict people from going to Antarctica? And why do the government, this is the government, can you really trust them? Can you really trust them? They said they went to the moon. They said they went to the moon 6 times. 6 times they said they went to the moon. And you know how much footage and documentation and photos they have of those 6 trips? 0. They have 0 video, photo, and documentation that they went to the moon 6 times. I don't know. Oh, you're crazy, man. I question everything. I don't just que me lo des and I'm going to, especially, I don't just agree with the crowd. Okay, here on Chicano Tube, right here on Chicano Street, we birth critical thinkers. I want you to research it for yourself. Just don't believe everyone. And not just that. And then have backbone. Have backbone to say what's on your heart, to say what you believe, whether people want to agree with it or not. Who gives a shit? We could be pendejos like Kifiri and for clout, just for clout, which is attention, which is probably the biggest droga nowadays. A lot of people say that. Why? Because a lot of people are stuck on their phones, and it's like social media makes their day or breaks their day. Let me tell you some news. If social media gets you pissed off, enraged, furious, changes your energy, affects how you deal with your family, your loved ones, social media is not for you. Turn your phone off, please. Keep that energy and channel it into something good. But a lot of people can, it's a rabbit hole. You can just get lost on there. I don't even know how we got there. I was talking about 8-ball Biden, I guess. That's how I was talking about that. Let me go into the comment section and see what's going on, man. How the hell did... It's almost 8 o'clock. That's right. Spanx Contreras, Chicano Tube. I said mines. Loco, that's right. I said mines. Kevlar 559, Gnarly, Vato, Gas. Supposedly you can't go to the bottom of the Grand Canyon either. That's what I'm saying. Why don't they allow these expeditions to take place? All you have to do is man an airplane on a live stream. Man an airplane on a live stream with enough gasoline to supposedly get you around Earth. But if we see the video, then we will know whether it is a globe or a sphere or it's not. I don't know. They talk about that. They talk about other dimensions. I don't know when they talk about dimensions. I mean, the only 3 dimensions I know is 1 is called reality. 2 is called heaven. 3 is called hell. I know those 3 dimensions exist. But when they start talking about, one dimension at a certain time because of the gases and energy turns into a multiverse dimension and just keeps birthing other dimensions, I don't know if that's true or not. I do believe there's a real dimension, which I'm speaking to you on now, on Chicano Tube, heaven and hell. Some people don't even believe that. That's fine. That's up to you. You don't have to believe there's a heaven. You don't have to believe there's a hell. Someone could be thinking right now in the comments, like, well, Mikey, what makes you so sure? Cabrones. This is the faith that was just handed down from my parents, my grandparents, and my grandparents. 1. 2, I've had personal encounters that I'll talk about right here on Chicano Tube, where when you've had a personal encounter, ain't no one going to be able to talk you out of it. Nobody. So I believe there's a heaven, just like I believe there's a hell. There was nothing. Okay, let me see. I'm going to do a little quick scan. Before I say this, I don't want to speak ahead, but I believe the topic of hell was the most talked about topic by the Lord Jesus. I'll say it again. I believe, if someone can correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not some kind of theologian. I did graduate from a Bible seminary, but that don't mean nothing. It just means I got in that word and broke it down and had to do a lot of book reports. I believe hell is the most talked about topic from the Lord. So I believe if the Lord is real, existed, which of course I do, no soy pendejo, again, that's just my own personal conviction, then if he talked about hell and said, if your right arm causes you to sin, chop it off. It is better for you to go into the afterlife, go into heaven, maimed, than to go into the eternal fire. This is what the Lord said. I'm serious, gente. These are the Lord's words. Damnation, eternal fire, where the fire never quenches or never stops. It'd be better for you than going into eternal fire. I just believe it. I could go on and on. I know some of you gente, some of the gente like that Bible talk. You know what I'm trying to do at Chicano Tube as well? It's just like when I go and talk to the youngsters. Make it something openly we can talk about. Not, it's a buzz killer. Yeah, I ain't talking about the whole video. I could. But let's bring that back to the culture where it's okay for you with your children to tell them these kind of stories. Now, obviously, the topic of hell is something that's going to be, it's going to, that's just not a regular Bible story. You know what I mean? A regular Bible story would be like, the story of King David or the story of Abraham who got called out by the people. That's one of those regular stories, but not what I just said, cabrones.
Call from X-rated Papa.
That's right, my boy. You're live on Chicano Tube, man. Who you want to give a shout out to, cabron? What you got to say?
Yes, sir. How you doing, G? First of all, I just want to say how you doing, bro.
Oh, I'm doing real good, man. I appreciate you. Hey, man, how's the familia? How's everyone?
Sí, gracias. Está todo bien. Hell yeah, everything's good, bro. Hell yeah, the family's good. Hell yeah, just, and the shout out would be for Chicana YouTube también.
That's right, man. I appreciate you. We appreciate you. That's right, cabron.
Yeah, I was just listening to you, what you're talking about, and I'm like, oh, damn, I know a little something about that también. So I was like, let me just, be like, chop it up with you real quick.
Yeah, that's right, man. I was going all over the place. I really have nothing scripted way. I just kind of just like to go off of what's current, what's topic, what's cooking at the moment. But I appreciate you calling in, and I appreciate you checking in like you always do, my boy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, just, I just wanted to just see viewable, and, everything's good.
That's right, my boy. Hey, you have a great week. Hey, don't forget that Dia de los Muertos Live is going to be on Thursday. Tap in on that one. It's going to be the first time Miss Chicano Tube is going to be on the channel. A lot of people are looking forward to that one.
Hell yeah. Hey, let's go in the Cowboy and the Niners. Woo, it's going to be badass, bro.
Shit, man. All the food. ¿Qué vas a cocinar, güey? Agujitas, carnitas.
I already got that already on deck, bro. I already got it. Yeah. I'm going to barbecue and I'm going to put the TV outside and just, bam.
Hey, because if you're a last-minute shopper for it's prime time. Son. If you're a last-minute shopper for a prime time game of the week, the Costco, all these carnicerias, they're going to be on empty because everyone already bought it.
Yeah, that's facts.
That's right, my boy. I appreciate you. I got another call. I'll let you go, cabron.
All right, thank you.
You take care.
You have a good day and you have a good night.
Igualmente.
All right.
Call from Jenny Selby.
Jenny, you're live on Chicano Tube. I appreciate you for calling in. What do you want to say, Jenny?
I want to say how I love men. We need you guys.
Jenny's talking about men's men, huh? You like manly, men's men.
Yeah, men that take care of their old ladies and take care of their kids and have a job and support their wives. That's the kind of men I'm talking about.
Well, you know what, Jenny? A lot of modern women want to be independent. They want to split the bill 50%. They want to be independent. They don't want to depend on anyone. But a lot of traditional women back in the traditional days said, that's the man's part. is to take care of everything.
No, it has to work as a team. You have to work together. My father was from Sinaloa, okay? And he was traditional. You know what? I'm like my father, but the female version of him. I'm a tomboy, but I'm traditional. Women have to stop saying, I don't need a man. I'm sorry. We need men. I like men to spoil me. I like men to open the door for me. You know, that's how my dad taught me. My husband treated me like a queen. I'm used to it, and I'm spoiled, and I love it.
I think we come from the same school. I think we come from the same class. My wife loves it as well. You'll see her for the first time on Dia de Muertos. It's going to be a Thursday live. Tap into that, Jenny. I highly appreciate the call. I hope you have a blessed weekend and a blessed fall season.
Oh, the same to you. Hey, I love your podcast, how it has evolved, because I used to watch you on the Salinas Report.
I appreciate it. That's how I know you're a day oneer. That's how I do know. Thank you so much. The Salinas Report, you know, we had to...
A rato zapato.
She sees how I rhyme and how I on my community posts and entiendes, Mendes, and everything.
Yeah, but see, hey, Chicano, Mikey, the difference between you and I'm older. I'm 69 years old.
I appreciate
but I
you.
sound young, huh?
You're one of my. You're young. You're young at heart. I just got done saying a couple minutes ago. It's in your head. It's all mental. You're as strong as you want to be, my sister.
No, but you know what? Hey, my dad taught me that I could do any job a man could do and do it better. But he forgot to tell me how hard it was going to be.
Reality hit then.
Yeah, I'm a journeyman welder by trade. I retired as a nasty paint inspector. I'm also a veteran, a combat vet.
Oh, yes. Oh, we love our veterans. Oh, man. We love our veterans on Chicano Tube. You know what? Thank you, Jenny. I appreciate the call. And tap into the rest of the live. We're going to be wrapping up pretty soon. We're coming up on 8 o'clock.
Okay. You have a good one. Take care.
Talk
Bye.
to you soon. That's another one of my day oneers. Jenny Selby just checked in right now. Gasmack, I'm making sense. I know you got to tell me. What are we talking about? Hell, it's going to go. Oh, heaven. Yeah, it's a real place. And I think it to be. I think it to be true. I definitely think it to be true. And each of us has our own conviction. And I think the Lord is gonna be righteous in his judgment. There's people that they didn't hear the word. I don't know if you turned your back on it and heard it at one point. Again, I'm not the Lord, so I don't know how the judgment or everything is gonna go. But again, it's about bringing the people back to culture. That's what I'm talking about. That's the movement. The movement is to bring people back to culture, family, identity. Jenny Selby just checked in right now. She was talking about the same things. Traditions, family. These things can't go to the wayside, I believe. In order for us to have a strong base, we got to set that base up. If you don't agree with those three things, it might be kind of hard to work with you. I'm not saying it's going to be impossible. We can accomplish more things if we line up. And I believe those things line up with the raza. They line up with Chicanos, period. We're the largest, 40% demographic in California. Gnarly Vato, I've been, that's right, 30 years. That's right, lovely Anna. Gnarly Vato, that's right. Mike Wallace in the casa. We already came up on 8 o'clock. We didn't even get to where I really wanted to go to. I was going to talk about the Florida bill that just passed with Governor DeSantis, and he was talking about condemning predators that prey on children under 12 years old. Other people were saying, well, that's going to get stopped at the federal level. When the hell did common sense rule out the window? Why would you be a proponent? I seen some people send me some videos. I seen one video that says, oh, I'm very disturbed by what the Florida governor said. You're very disturbed that a convicted rapist for someone under the age of 12 years old is sentenced to be condemned? The problem is you. I hate to burst your bubble, but the problem is you. I say, get your hands off our children. That's what I say. I say if during COVID, those years that everyone was slamming everyone down and locking everyone down, they should have put the same amount of energy every day. They were in your face to control us, I believe, as an experiment, I believe. Every day they were putting COVID numbers on the screen. 5,000 today, 5,000. 5,000 for a population of millions? We have more that die every day. And I'm talking about California. I'm only talking about California. We have more that died every. I did the research. I wasn't the pendejo that just ate what the hell they were telling me. I did my research. I said more people die from alcohol, traffic accidents, shootings, assaults. I can go on and on. Than the COVID numbers. Did they talk about that? No. Did I have a podcast back then to talk about it? I didn't. If I did have a podcast back then, you're damn right, no matter what the hell they would have came out with, knock the channel out, I would have brought the channel back. Trust me. They'll knock us down. We'll come back. Because again, I'm not in it for the numbers. I'm in here for the truth. I'm in here to get this to the people. Someone needs to. Someone needs to give them the real events. I could go on and on and on, man. Let me check out the comment section one more time before we check out of here. Noon goes the blindfolded. Blindfolded, man. Don't be led by anyone blindfolded. The blind lead the blind, and they both fall into the ditch. No matter what he's leading to. See, the significance of the blind. What is the blind person? Okay? He just doesn't see. I'm not talking about, okay, you got to go past just the visual sense of not seeing. He's not seeing the truth. He's not seeing his misjudgments. He's not seeing the blind lead the blind. He's not seeing what him or she is doing and that they have a following behind them and what they're doing wrong, the same mistakes or the same ditch they're about to fall into, they're bringing people right behind them for their actions. The blind lead the blind. They both fall in the ditch. That's right. I'm not sure what's going on. Boom. That's right. They're going off in the comment section. It is what it is. Hey, you want to go ahead and give me a call? 831-205-1735. Let's get this last calls in. Gente.
Gnarly vato.
To accept, press 1.
Gnarly, I got you live right here. What you got to say, my boy?
I just want to say how you doing, and what's up to everybody in the chat.
That's right.
I could ramble on like you.
Get to it. Talk to me.
All right. One thing you're talking about the COVID. My wife works at a state facility, and she and my daughter was one of the only ones, not one, a handful of them that didn't get the COVID shot. And they got threatened, all this, and my wife's been there she's got tenure. It's like,
yeah,
she was enduring so much, and it was just crazy to see her go through that. Because I'm in construction, so I don't really deal with stuff like that.
So are you going to obey the mandate if they mandate it again?
No, I didn't do it the first time.
Peachy gnarly. He
But
said,
even so, I used to. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
You hear me? Even at the time too, I was remodeling Safeways in the Bay Area, and they ended up getting a machine there, and they used to check our temperature every day, and we'd have to get a little tag, but they never mandated anything. COVID was crazy. People were brainwashed. I think they were scared, because there was a lot of fear. Everybody, then your family members threatened you, like didn't want to be around you. I got yelled at by my in-laws. It was insane.
Yeah, it was crazy. I believe it was really, I do believe it was something real. I'm not saying there was no physical effects, because I got hit with it too, and it kind of just, it zapped me. Like, oh shit, my wife ran, and she was making me like, not ran, but she was in control, but she was making me like ginseng or roots and making me just blender stuff, and I got my energy back. It did zap me. I do understand, of course, anyone that was up in age is going to already be immune compromised. But There was things going on behind the scenes that were untold. My best man in my wedding, my buddy Ray Chicano, he works and he's an administrator, executive in the medical field. And he told me the month before the lockdowns happened, they all of a sudden sent out waivers to everyone that's in administration saying there's going to be an NDA on anything spoken about work related to the press, media. And then after that, they did the lockdown on March 17th. And he told me at least 2 times production video crews would come to film patients getting taken in, taken out, and how they would talk about there's these complete wings that are full of people that are sick, and that was untrue.
Yep.
Pichi Gnarly's like, you ain't lying, Mikey.
No, it's true. I believe it. You know, that's
Yeah.
what they do. They scare us.
Yeah, so and they're taking video footage of in New York of a truck, and they're throwing nothing but body bags getting thrown in this truck. Boom, boom, body, and they're supposed to keep us. Oh, stay inside, because there's bodies dropping on every corner, which was the opposite of the truth.
Yep. And they had tents. Remember the tents?
All of that. It just looked like we were just, on the twilight zone with people that we're supposed to get tested every day because we got the Black Plague. And my wife kept traveling around that time, right? She travels a lot, and she would kept hearing, you know what? California is kind of crazy. That map that they would put out with the hot spots, it was literally out of 50 states, 6 to 8 states that had COVID hotspots. 6 to 8. But if you took the news's map, you would see red dots all over the nation, like everyone's dying.
Yep. And all of a sudden, they don't have no flu.
All of a sudden, the flu numbers that used to be 5 million a year, this is a year, gente. Just understand this. Passing away is the cycle of life. It's this cycle of the earth also as well, right? That it's going to happen, and all of a sudden those numbers get wiped away, but they replace them with it's funny how the COVID numbers had the same amount of numbers as the flu in the millions. So we were supposed to believe that it was something that was going to spread and not be controllable if we don't get all this money, lock everyone down, and only use Zoom and Uber, which a lot of politicians invested in. It came out after, right before the lockdown. It was a setup from the beginning, in my opinion.
Yep.
That's right, Gnarly Vato.
Pandemic.
I'm going to let you go because I'm going to be wrapping up right now. I appreciate the call, though, cabron.
Right on. Have a great one.
No worries. I'm gonna do an open live on Sunday night for other people to jump in. So if you want to jump in on a live, I think I'm gonna open live on Sunday night. Other people could. It's a little bit hectic though. You know, people's mics sound different. You know, there's background noises and you know, it's a little bit crazy. I gotta mute people because of static and shit. But Sunday night we will do an open live, you guys. I'm gonna wrap it up. It's 8:10. I went 10 minutes after. Let me read some of the comments. Jenny Selby's in the casa. Think about the child. Child trauma is real. Child trauma is very real. When something horrific happens to a child, I absolutely know it's going to mark them the rest of their life. What I don't believe in is patting children from normal life's experiences, like facing challenges, like, hey, learn how to ride a bike. Well, I'm not going to teach my child to ride a bike because I think she'll fall off the bike and scrape her knee. And that's very traumatic. You see what I'm saying? It seems like there's 2 extremes now. Or I'm anti that view. Robert C., why won't they let Trump campaign? That's a good question. Why won't they let Trump campaign? Well, he's not a politician, way. 1, I think. He's not a politician. I don't think I know. And then 2, he can't be bought. I don't think they can buy Uncle Trump. I really don't. I don't know what his net worth is, but I just don't think they can buy him. And when you got people that they all vote against term limits. You had Dianne Feinstein, rest in peace. I feel bad that she didn't even get a chance to retire before 90, and she passed away at 90 years. But when you find out she had $30 million mansions left and right all over the place, how are they getting this money? How are they getting this money? Anyways, so are we really free? Is this a country that's really just going to open it up and let things happen as it is? Or is it a playbook? And we're just seeing all these plays get made out. I'm not saying don't vote. One of my goals is uniting the Chicanos, uniting the raza, uniting the gente before next November. And we can get some shit done, at least here in California, and get back our families, reclaim our communities, and make better decisions that allocate with our money, and finally put a stand up to these pinchy taxes that they almost got us used to paying 30% taxes for being in California. And people move to other states and have better quality of life. Chingado. Gnarly Vato. Gas mask. That's right. Chicago dumb. I think he wants to debate Gnarly Vato. Maybe Sunday night. Maybe you guys can have a debate on Sunday night. Just no say a weekend, because I'm the kind of cat, just to let you know on my lives, I'm the kind of cat, kick a motherfucker out of the studio, mute a motherfucker. I'm trying to give the people a professional production. Okay? So all this yelling and mics sound messed up and all that. I'm quick to mute and kick someone out, and that's just is the life. But Sunday night, I'll open it up to the gente. I'm going to tap back in with the familia, you guys. I'm going to let you guys go. I appreciate all my day wonders. Gracias for tapping in. Chicano Tube. Don't forget to do that big 3. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit the bell. Shout out to all the Chicano channels that are out there. You know who you are. Shout out to Tony the Wizard, reaching 100K. He's probably already at 120K. And shout out to the Homie Hangout. Shout out to Pocho One. Shout out to Haters World, man. That's one of my favorite reaction channels. Well, Rascal Reacts also as well. That's my favorite. Rascal Reacts. But shout out to the Hater World also as well. Hey, he might not be liking the fact that, me and AC have a difference of opinions. That's fine. Let's not be kids, though. Is it still about clicas? Are we doing clicas on the internet now that, if disrespect him, disrespect me? Or are we doing grown man shit where if someone has a difference of an opinion specifically with one person, well, then that is what it is. And not el montón or something like that. But hey, to each his own. People see things differently. Shout out to the Hater World also también. Food community. Shout out to the food community in LA Icon. I'm missing a lot of channels, man, but shout out to you guys, man. That's right, Chicago Dumb. Denise Castillo just stepped in the building. That's right, I caught you live. She said, hello, beautiful queen, Miss Chicano Tube. That's right, it's past 8 o'clock. I'm going to check back. It's hot as hell, too. Today was like 93. I don't know how hot it was in your area. If it's hot here and I'm on the Central Coast and I'm by the ocean, it had to be hot in SoCal, especially areas like Sacra, Sacramento, the inland area. It gets warm. But enjoy it. Enjoy it. These are the last weeks of October, you guys. Don't forget, November 2nd, I think. I hope I'm right. November 2nd is a Thursday. We're going to do the Dia de Muertos live. This thing is going to look like Mexico. And Miss Chicano Tube, for the first time, is going to be joining us. That should be 7 p.m., maybe it's 9 p.m., but no matter what, you'll see the flyer that goes out before. I got to let you guys go. I appreciate you guys, all my day wonders that rock with me. Don't forget to hit that like on your way out. Tune in on Sunday night where we continue the conversation. Gracias, everyone else that's in there. Gnarly Vato, Miss Chicano 2, Gas Mask, Spanks. That's right, JC. Cholo Trucker says it's warm in SoCal. That's your weather, cabron. I'm going to be getting at you real soon. We got some pelea news. It's happening. It's brewing. I'm going to be getting at you, cabron. Okay, so I'll hit you on that real soon. I appreciate you, Chicago Dumb. That's right, 54 degrees out here. Shit, he's in sweater weather. That's right, my boy. That's right. Farmero Fruit Stand. 500 is in the casa, man. That's my boy right there. It was one of my day wonders. Go ahead and catch the replay, though. We talked about a lot of things. We were talking about bills, from a little bit of chisme going on to what really affects me and you, to uniting the gente before next November and trying to get on that same page so we can get this California going in the right direction, to responding to getting mentioned on other channels. Hey, that is what it is también. as well, man. I appreciate you guys. Gas Mask, Gnarly Vato. That's right. Good night, Denise, Miss Chicano Tube. I appreciate you guys. But remember what I always say. In the end,